Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Hello guys, welcome to the Dart Education Project video tutorial series for the Java programming. And in this session number 25, we will learn how to use the public, private, and in the Java programming. So let's start and create a program. And for this, I'm just creating a new class here, and I'm creating a student class and just go for it. For example, if we want to take the two things for the student roll number and string student age, student name, and use integer or something like a variable student marks here. Okay, so let's suppose we created a class of three variables, and just make a method public void and display info, just display the roll number of the student plus as roll number system dot out dot println okay, the name of the student, something like s name, system dot out dot println the marks of the student. Okay, let's suppose we assign the values here. 1 Safula dark, and marks is something like 87.34. Sorry, it was in double, and so we just use it standard. Now we create a student program, another class student program, and use public static void main here, and I'm creating student s1 is equal to new student. This is creating the object of this class, and if I just want to use display info here and run this program, you can see the data was displayed automatically here. And if I want to set the values for the student roll number, something like 2, then you can easily display information after setting the values of the variable. Then you can see the student roll number was changed into 2, but in the first when we will not set the values, it will be 1, but after that setting the values to the variable as roll number, we get the values of 2 here. Similarly, if I want to change the value of s name is equal to Abdul Wahab, and s1 dot s marks is here, and change into 78.89, and then run this program. Then you can see all the values are changed according to the issue. So one thing you should remember, that either you will give the variables public or no. It was by default public, but if you want to private this variable, it means that it will be only accessible within this student class. You can see that. You can see that the errors was shown here, and we will see that the error will be like the field student or s roll number is not visible. if you just remove this one and try to access them, then you can see that these variable was not shown, which was already shown when we will not write the keyword private in front of these variables. So it means that when you want to display the values to use within the class, then you can use the variables like this, and just run this program and you can see that the values will be accessible like this. So this is the difference, that you can use the variables of private only within that class. It means it will not acceptable from the another class student program, and it will be only usable within that class. So this is the one thing. And if we want to get some method to get the values of the students, something like public void get values, get data, and we create a constructor for something like this: a roll number, string name, and double marks is here. Now we will discuss the method of this operator here, and just to for the information, I am using roll number is equal to 34, name is equal to Azim, and marks is here something like 67.89. Now we will go to our student program and add some values here. Add the values using the method. But before this, we just run this and check which values will be shown. So you can see that once I followed this values will automatically get, and here is the values again. Now if we will use get data method, s1 dot get data, then you can see that values is 23, Rahman, and just go for 77.36. Now I will display this display info and run this program. Okay, you can see that once upload are 87.34 automatically, we are not going to set these values to that variables. So for this info thing, if I am using the same name as roll number, as name, as marks, and use the same thing here, as roll number, as name, and as marks. Now we will run this program and check what will happen. If anything changed, so you can see that nothing has been changed because these variables was not using and setting the values of these ones. What will we do? If we will use this operator, something like this dot s roll number, this dot s name, this dot s marks, and now we will run this program. Oh my god, you can see that now the values are changed. It will change into this one, 34, Azim 67.89. So it means that when you use the operator this thing, then it means that these values will be override and we will get these values here. So one thing is very recommended, that if you will use any the same name or identical name in of the variables in your constructor or method, then you should understand that where you have to override these values or not. So for this thing you will use this operator. If you want to note, if you will ask the computer to use this values to this variable method for this operator, so if you will use this, then this will happen. So once again you will think that these values are not assigned. Obviously these values will not assign, because we will not use them to assign there. If we want to assign them, then we will use this one, s roll number is equal to this dot s roll number, s name is equal to this dot s name, s name, s marks is equal to this dot s marks. Okay, now we will run this program and you can see that it will automatically use this values to our these values assigned to these variables. So what we will use, we are actually doing the wrong thing. So you should be understand where you want to use these variables. Okay, if we use this dot here, just like this, then run this program and see the result, and here is the answer. Now these values 23 Rahman and 77.36 will be set to the variables of these variables first of all, and then from this thing they will set to these variables. So this is the program in which we will discuss the public, private and this operator. I hope you will understand this concept very clearly. Thank you very much for watching our tutorials. Allah Hafiz.